Alright, so in today's video I'm taking a look at a massage gun. This is actually quite nice. It works really well for me, and I'll get into why it works for me and what I like about this in just a moment. Before that, we'll take a look at a few pictures or images that actually detail some of the specifics of this unit, what's included, everything, and then we'll get into the video, talk a little bit more about its features, and let you hear what it sounds like and everything as well. Okay, so let's get on to the video. Alright, so as stated, we're taking a look at a massage gun. Now this has a really nice soft rubber grip, and I've chosen the flat black, and the whole thing is sort of rubberized. There is also a purple and a silver, if I'm not mistaken, so that's quite nice as well. I really like this because of the digital readout. It gives you an exact percentage on the actual power that remains, as well as the intensity that you choose. And speaking of intensity, you can go all the way up to 20, which is pretty crazy. It does a really good job though. It's not very loud either, which is really, really nice. This little ring at the bottom that you see, that actually illuminates green during charging, and the charging is connected here through a barrel connector. Here's your main power switch. On the back you have power and up and down for the intensity levels. So let me set this to the side for just a moment, show you what is included. So here's the charger with the barrel connector that I mentioned. Now charging on this the first time should take about 6 hours. After that, depending on how depleted you get it, probably going to be in the neighborhood of 4 or 5 hours roughly. Usage is actually very, very long, but it depends on how you use it as far as the intensity and how long each time you use it, how long the battery lasts. So generally you should expect around 8 hours of total use, but you can always go up and down a little bit on that just because of what you choose. If you go with 20 every time, of course it's going to be working harder, it's going to deplete the battery faster, so you may not get the maximum level. But for the most part, I think most people could actually utilize this 10 or 15 minutes a day for a week at a time without needing to charge it in that time frame. And they'll still have a considerable amount of battery left, probably, depending upon, of course, what they choose, as stated. Now, it does include this little carrying case, has a rubber handle, dual zipper, and it's actually quite nice. You can see inside there are 6 attachments, so you can choose depending upon what muscle or what area of the body you're trying to target, which one you like the best. I personally usually just prefer to stick with this flat one because it gives me a good amount of surface area. And my specific use for this is because of about 3 decades of medical issues. One of the problems I have that happens mainly at night is my lower legs will cramp up, and it is very, very painful. Utilizing this device, I'm able to have this sort of stamp it out, basically. It just knocks the pain right out really, really quickly, and I like that. It's a little more powerful than a standard typical massager you might get at your local store, and I think that's a really good aspect. So other than that, you also get these little additional rubber pieces in the event you need those. They slip right on here. And then you have your user manual and of course sort of a happy, sad. So if you're having problems, you can contact them, and if you're happy, you know, leave a review or do things like that. So that's pretty much what's included. So now let's take a look at the actual device. So if we take this here and we just press this in, you can see it's loaded up, good to go. We flip our main switch on the bottom. It's going to make this illuminate. So if I flip that, you can see there, and we are what, 99? So 99%, so we're almost at 100% charge. Really good. And if I push the button, let's see if I can do this backwards. And that is already pretty intense. And that's at level 1. So let me go ahead and bump this up. So you can see that was very quick. and that tingles a lot. See the illumination? There you go, and if I flip this again, off. So very, very quiet, doesn't generate any real heat. It's actually very small, and it's heavy duty enough to feel of good quality, but it's not so heavy that it's going to be exhausting to utilize this when needed. So yeah, overall, it just seems really, really well made. Looks really nice. I like the flat black, and the sort of rubberized texture is really nice. So yeah, that is probably about all I can say about this device. Your usage, of course, is going to vary, as I stated, depending on the intensity and everything. But because it's very quiet, you don't have to worry about disturbing others when you're using it. I'm sure this would be great for athletes, but for me, it just works well dealing with medical problems. I actually had my mother, who was experiencing some swelling in her leg and some pain, utilize this. She was surprised and well pleased with the results of only a few minutes of use, causing a considerable amount of pain relief in her leg that had been hurting for several days. So it's quite good for injuries as well. Yeah, just a really nice overall device. It works really well. You can see how easy and simple the interface is and how rapidly it responds to the input when you go to change it. So yeah, I have nothing to complain about here. The only thing I did notice is this light where it's green when charging never changed when it was fully charged after, say, 8, 9, 10 hours. I left it on a little longer to see, just in case, and that never did change. So I guess you just can flip it on or leave it on, and you can see the indicator to see the percentage as it changes. But other than that, just a really nice device. So I would suggest checking the information below the video. It might benefit you. You can check out the link, read other reviews, find out more details if I didn't cover something in this video. I guess if you have questions, I'll try to answer those as well. But overall, it just works really well. I'm very pleased with it, and it definitely sits by the bedside, so if I wake up at night, I have quick, easy access. Okay, so that's it. I hope that's helpful, and again, check out the information below the video. Thanks for watching.